Together we can save a life, helping people help themselves every day. Learn what it's all about. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Myrtle Beach Herald. We're focused on March being Red Cross Month, and we're visiting with the Director of Public Support of the Horry County Chapter, Jenifer Sweat.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jenifer. Thanks so much for getting in.
Thank you for having me this morning.
It's so exciting to think not only the month of March being Red Cross Month, but to think that today is the registration deadline for the golf tournament this Sunday.
Right.
As well as tonight is the jazz and the wine tasting, the jazz concert and wine tasting at the M Bar.
At the Radisson Plaza Hotel.
Exactly. Very exciting. A lot going on to support the American Red Cross this month. And, of course,
Right.
the Heroes campaign going on all month, kicked off the end of last month. Brad Dean at the helm, a lot going into that event.
Right. Brad Dean with the Myrtle Beach Chamber of Commerce is chairing this event for us. It's our inaugural Heroes campaign that we're doing through the month of March, because March is Red Cross Month. And with that, we have heroes in the area who have agreed to raise a goal of $1,000 or more for the Red Cross. So we have a committee, Heroes Campaign Committee, out there recruiting heroes, and we have people involved trying to raise money. That's actually what this wine tasting event is at the Radisson.
Right.
Mike Roddy with the Radisson Plaza Hotel is on our committee, and so he is doing this fundraiser there for us. All proceeds will benefit the Red Cross, as well as the golf tournament happening Sunday at Whispering Pines. The general manager there, Richard Kirby, is on our committee as well, so he's doing a golf tournament to benefit the Red Cross.
Absolutely. Both of those high-profile events. And, of course,
Right.
you've had so many other events. What have been some of the other ways that folks have gone out to raise their $1,000 each? Or exactly how was it set up? You had one guy at the top picked a number of folks, and they each picked a lot of folks to raise $1,000.
Exactly. That's basically how it was set up. And then they have, the committee is out recruiting people to raise money. Some of them themselves, just as Mike Roddy with the Radisson is doing events themselves to raise money. We have some who are doing bake sales and car washes. Others, we have a car dealer in town, Mike Addy, actually did something for us before this campaign started. He donated $50 for every car that he sold during the month of December to the Red Cross, and that was over $5,700.
Wow.
Yes, that was a huge chunk of change.
on
He is a
that.
big hero for us right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, is he also doing something where he's now giving away a little money for each person who takes a test drive?
No, he's not doing
Right.
that, but he did, this was a big thing that he did, that he just gave us and presented us with a donation in January. So
Right.
we're tying him and wrapping him into this Heroes campaign too, since it's happening so soon.
Absolutely. That is spectacular. A great commitment from whether it's a local car dealer or someone out just having a raffle or a bake sale or surely
Exactly.
like the M Bar's jazz concert tonight.
Right, Harry Love is a local artist in town, and he had a couple of his friends are out, and they sold paintings.
Right.
And to raise $1,000 together. We have some banks and other businesses that are selling Red Crosses. So you may see those Red Cross squares for $1. We have some who are wearing the stickers. Some restaurants in town are selling stickers, and you'll see some of their waiters and waitresses wearing stickers for the Red Cross.
Right.
So there's a lot of different events going on.
Wow, well, we're a week from the end of March. What's going to be rolling into April and May? I mean, you all got stuff going on year-round. There's stuff
Right.
going on all the time.
Right, Greg. Well, as you know, with the Red Cross, we help so many different people, the citizens here of Horry County, and that's something that is needed on a daily basis. One of the biggest things that we use and that we spend funds on is helping fire families, those who are victims of house fires, and that is something that happens. You never know when it's going to happen.
Right.
So that's something that we definitely are trying to raise funds for, and that we use majority of our funds in helping those fire victims.
Jennifer, let's talk real quick about yourself. Were you originally from the area?
I'm not. I'm from Louisiana, from
Oh,
central Louisiana, actually. I was born in Lake Charles, Louisiana, south part of the Louisiana area, and I went to college at McNeese State University there in Lake Charles. And I've worked in Lake Charles as well as Alexandria, Louisiana for a few years before I moved here.
Had you always been working with the American Red Cross?
No, I did not. Prior to the Red Cross, I worked for a company called Gen X Services, and I was the area sales manager for the Louisiana area. So I traveled all over the state doing sales for that company.
Right. What is Gen X Services?
They do disability cost containment services, yeah, primarily for workers' comp.
Right.
So whenever someone is injured, and a simple way to put it is when someone is injured, maybe with workers' comp policy, then you have a lot of times a case manager, a nurse who comes in and helps with that case to get that individual back to work in a more timely fashion, more efficient fashion.
Sure.
So I traveled all over the state. Got to eat a lot of good food.
Oh,
Louisiana,
yeah. Throughout Louisiana. That's
yeah.
right. Gumbo.
That's one thing I miss here is some of the Louisiana seafood and crawfish.
We got some good food in South Carolina, though. That's right.
Food.
Yeah,
yeah,
Jenifer,
you do.
Particularly the low country treats like you get at the M-Bar or the Vidalia's there at the Radish Plaza.
Oh, I've
Hotel.
eaten there. It's a
Right.
wonderful restaurant.
Yeah.
That's great.
And before Gen X, had you worked in any?
Yeah, I worked for another nonprofit. I actually worked for the American Heart Association there
great.
in Alexandria, Louisiana. I was a regional director there for about a year and a half doing fundraising. I did the Heart Walk, and I know you have someone else coming in this week talking about the Heart Association. So I did that for a while. I've also done PR and marketing for an assisted living community there in Louisiana, as well as behavioral health center. So
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, now, what prompted that opportunity? What was it about the American Red Cross that really jumped out at you and said, this is a group that I want to wrap around?
Well, definitely it's the service and the things that the Red Cross provides. First of all, nonprofits are close to my heart anyway, and all of the different wonderful organizations out here. I mean, I know you have so many different nonprofit organizations that help people, just like the Red Cross and the Heart Association, the Cancer Society, all these others are great organizations. But I really was blessed to have the opportunity to work for the Red Cross and to be able to help in a small way, help touch people's lives and help get the word out, help raise money and raise funds for a good cause.
And you just came on a couple months ago, Jenifer, so a lot of this is new to
Yeah.
you. I mean, this is a big learning curve, as well as getting out there. I think I've seen you on some of the newscasts, local newscasts, as disasters are occurring, whether it's a local fire or any numbers of things on this band. You've been there on the forefront.
Right, I kind of hit the ground running with this job.
The Director of Public Support's a big deal, and of course working with folks like Jeannie Carmichael, who's been around so long and made such an incredible commitment to victims of fire, as well as the blood donation services. There's so many aspects of the Red Cross. Let's talk about some of those different aspects. When so many folks think of the Red Cross, they think of the blood mobiles. They think about blood donations.
You're right. That's the number one thing that I hear. And we actually, blood services is a separate facility than our chapter office, and that's a big thing of what we do is, collecting blood. But that isn't the only thing that we do.
Right. What are some of the other things? Of course, there's the helping the victims of
fire.
Right,
the disaster victims, whether it be fires, whether it be hurricanes, those victims, as well as just like the ice storm that happened, about a month or so ago, the Red Cross opened a shelter 2 nights for those victims that were without electricity, without heat, for a couple nights so they could go to the shelter.
Right.
So that's important. So, you never know when a disaster can happen.
You'll also do some CPR and first aid training, don't you?
Right. We do a lot of community services classes such as CPR and first aid training, AED training. Another couple of new things that we have going on is babysitter training.
Oh, great.
So if anyone is listening and is interested in either taking a babysitter's course or even being an instructor, we're trying to sign people up for that now. And then we also have pet first aid that we're going to be rolling out soon.
Okay.
So
pet first aid.
Yes. So if anyone's interested in being an instructor, again, for that, please give us a call.
And for all these things, they could call the chapter office, 843-477-0020.
Correct.
Okay. That's such an important phone number. The other great thing is you'd said earlier this morning before we started that folks could make that call up until 4:30 today.
Right.
To register for a ticket. I know it's $30 at the door for the event tonight at the M-Bar at the Radish Plaza Hotel, $20 if they call you by 4:30, or if they were to pick it up at one of the many locations, the tickets are available.
Right. Exactly. They can call us and we'll have it for them if they can't be there before 4:30, but if we know in advance that they're coming, just to help them save that little bit.
That $10.
Yeah, but we definitely want to encourage everyone to come out because it's going to be such a fun event. I'm so excited about this.
Right.
It's something new, in the area, a fun event to raise money for the Red Cross.
Yeah, let's talk about tonight's event. I think you all have entertainment provided by an HBO comedian.
Just June.
Just June. Have you met Just June?
No, I have not. I look forward to meeting.
Tonight will be the night. Yeah, and of course you all also have wine provided by Ben Arnold. I think I saw a wine tasting that'll be scheduled and
Right, in Biltmore Estates.
Biltmore Estates providing wines.
Right, and the Radisson is actually covering that part of it as far as coordinating everything.
Right.
Because they're doing this, again, the Radisson Plaza Hotel is doing this fundraiser for the Red Cross. In addition to the wine tasting, we will have, and the HBO comedian, we'll have saxophonist Jakeem Joyner, and then Nathan Heathman, which will be doing a tribute to Luther Vandross.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fun event.
It's a big event. It's from 5:30 to 8.
At the M Bar, which is located on the second floor of the Radisson Plaza Hotel.
That's at the corner of 21st and Oak Street. So if a viewer was coming in, let's say from the PD, wanted to come in for tonight's event, that's a pretty spectacular deal. The most important thing to focus on, though, is even if they can't get the ticket for $20, just knowing that that $30 is a donation.
Right. All of it goes directly to the Red Cross.
Right.
And I'm so proud to say that with our last audit, for last fiscal year, over 91% of the funds raised goes directly to support the services that we do.
You're kidding, 91%? Less than 10% are going to...
Less than 9% goes to administrative purposes, for administrative, yes, as well as fundraising and other administrative duties.
Y'all are running a tight ship over there.
We run a very tight ship.
My Lord, that's amazing.
Yeah, as most people know with nonprofits, you have to in order to put the monies to correct use.
Well, you know, obviously there's so many folks. We had a guest in just yesterday who, from the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, promoting the Walk to Cure Diabetes this Saturday up at Francis Marion University. It's fascinating hearing the commitment that certain groups will make to keep those, as much of every dollar, going to either search for research or provide research to find a cure to diabetes. In this instance, you're talking about 90+ cents of every dollar goes to direct programs.
And we are not, a lot of people are not aware of that Red Cross is not funded by any government or national funds. We're a local organization. So all the money collected here stays here within Horry County.
I always thought the Red Cross, it was set up by the government, though, right?
Right. Yeah, we have a lot of regulations and things that we have to go through. But as far as receiving money and dollars, everything that we receive is what we raise or what is donated here in the area.
Talk about some of the other aspects. You know, of course, you said the blood services, the blood donation aspect of the Red Cross is not throughout the chapter, is not in the same location.
Well, it's not in the same location, right? They have an office over on Business 17.
Right.
And you can call our office, please, 477-0020, and we can get you in touch with blood services. And we encourage everyone to donate blood. And because only 70% of the blood collected in this area is used. So that means that in this area, we have to go out to get blood.
Is that right?
Yes.
You all have to go out of the area to get blood for the donate?
Blood for the people in this area.
Is that right? Wow, that's a big effort.
Right, and so many people are intimidated, I've noticed. Of course, I was one of them, by needles or by giving blood. But once you do it once, it's not that bad. It's not that painful at all. And it's a pretty simple step just to help someone to save a life, basically.
What are some of the ways that blood donation can make an impact on the local community, Jenifer?
Right, definitely, because it could be helping someone. It could be helping yourself one day. It could be helping a family member or a loved one, a neighbor. That you don't, because again, you never know when a disaster or when an accident can happen and someone is in need of that. So we definitely want to donate and give as much as we can. Some people donate their time. Other people can donate their blood.
What are some of the ways, of course, y'all are such a volunteer-driven agency. What are some of the ways that volunteers could make an impact on the Red Cross?
Okay. I'm glad you mentioned that because that is one of the things that have impressed me with the Red Cross so much is the fact that we are so much driven by volunteers. There's only a few paid staff, I think like 6 paid staff here in the office for the chapter, whereas everything else is done by volunteers. I mean, whenever the Red Cross responds to a fire at 2 o'clock in the morning, that is a Red Cross volunteer going to that fire and responding. Whenever a military call comes in at 4 a.m. because of their loved one maybe is over seas or somewhere and they need to have a message sent to them quickly because of some sort of an accident or disaster has happened, then that is a volunteer who's taken that call. So we operate so much on volunteers. They can do so many different things, from helping us with disaster services to teaching some of our first aid CPR classes, babysitting classes, those different things. We even have a caregiver support group that we do, another big thing of what the Red Cross provides. We have some volunteers who come in once a week and they answer the phones. They may help clean. They help us do mailings. So there's a lot of things that people can do. We have others who help us with larger events, like the home show, for instance. We were at the home show recently, and our booth was manned by volunteers the entire time.
Is that right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have such a wonderful group of volunteers.
That's great.
We actually have over 600 volunteers in the area that throughout the year or different times. Some people may volunteer just during a disaster. Others volunteer during their Christmas dinner and help us feed those, Christmas feed families.
The 3 churches y'all utilized this past year. And that was a huge success, Jenifer. I know that happened before you came on board. Do you know some of the results of that event?
Well, I don't have it with me, and I apologize for that.
It was hugely successful.
Yeah, it was hugely successful, and I'm very excited to be a part of it this upcoming year.
Yeah, it's going to be a big event. I think there were a couple of churches that really went all out, and of course,
much of that. 2,000 people were fed.
Is that right?
Yes.
A lot of the food prepared at the convention center. The group there at the convention center, Simple Elegance, put a lot of time into that, making a successful event year after year after year.
Right.
Golly.
So we're definitely blessed.
Yeah, talk about some of the aspects of maybe some of the challenges facing the Red Cross over the next 12 months. When you think about, of course, blood donation, a big one. When you said we're having to leave the county for 30% of the blood that's not provided here in the area, as well as just some of the funds, the needs for funds. If a viewer can't play golf and can't play this Sunday, or if they're not interested in getting out for the jazz concert and wine tasting tonight at the M Bar, what are some of the other ways that a viewer could make a donation? I mean, obviously you talked about some of the time.
Right. They can just mail a donation to us.
Okay.
They can, of course, everything is tax deductible.
Right.
So that we welcome those donations.
And they would want to call the 843-477-0020 number.
Right.
You could provide them the address and other info then.
The address is actually 2795 Pampas Drive, Pampas Drive, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 29577.
Great. That's easy.
Yeah.
And Pampas Drive, you're out here on the Air Force Base.
Yes, so we're neighbors.
Absolutely. That's right. It's so exciting to see the impact that just a little bit of even coins. Folks, you've got those cans you carry around, set them up in locations, either highly traveled or less traveled areas on the Strand. If a viewer worked at a business that they thought they could have a can, could they call your office about dropping a can off?
And please know that we do not stop raising funds. After this month, we're constantly trying to raise funds for the Red Cross because, again, disasters happen all the time, fire disasters, that we're using money, to help these victims. So if they want to put a canister up in their store or their place of business after, we definitely encourage them and would welcome them to do that. Some may even want to. I have some businesses in town who were not able to participate during the Heroes program because of other commitments going on right now during this month. So during other months, for instance, the month of March, I have one bank that's going to be participating selling crosses. During the month of May. So they don't have to do it now. If someone's interested, please call the Red Cross office, and there's so many things that we can do, and really your time frame, whatever's good for you.
So y'all have training for if a viewer wanted to be a babysitter trainer, for instance, or if they wanted to do a first aid and CPR training, or even just take the class. Y'all set up training for some of the trainers. Right.
Yeah, we do the training to certify them to be an instructor if they're interested in that. And then we also have training classes for them to get certified in maybe lifeguarding, swimming is another thing that we do. So there's a lot of different things that the Red Cross offers that they can, again, call our office and get dates. We publish those too monthly as far as when each month when the newspapers will publish when the different dates is going on, the different classes will be going on that month.
Jenifer, I saw a big spread in the Sun News and the daily paper here in the area of a lot of the heroes in your Heroes campaign, folks who committed either to raise $1,000 each, or some of the folks up there at the top even to do much more than that. It was amazing to see the commitment of folks you got spread out on the Strand to really make this Heroes campaign.
And we're so excited because this is our first annual event. So we just know that even next year it's going to grow even more. Because these are the people that, for the first time, just talking to them now, have agreed to raise money or help us raise money for this campaign. So I just know that next year it's going to be even bigger and better than it is now. And we have so many different types of people that are involved.
Absolutely.
So next year we're looking at including, more organizations, more businesses in town to get involved with this.
Yeah, Jennifer, I don't know how y'all got Brad Dean. That guy is slammed for time.
I'm noticing that now.
It's amazing. Yeah, he's all over the place. I saw on the front page of the paper last week. He's just everywhere.
And he is doing a great job for us. We're very thankful that Brad's agreed to do this campaign for us and has helped us. He's been such an instrumental part in us having a successful campaign.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about this Sunday's golf tournament at Whispering Pines. For a viewer who may be interested in playing golf, the registration deadline is today.
Right, but I'm sure, if you call, and then if you can't call until tomorrow or something, I'm sure that would be fine as well. But please try to call by today to Whispering Pines.
And the phone number there is 843-918-2305.
Right.
918-2305. And they call, and, of course, whoever answers the phone there at Whispering Pines is put on notice that this golf tournament's this Sunday.
Yeah, again, the golf tournament will benefit the Red Cross, so they can note that as well whenever they call. And it's $50 a player.
Okay.
Some people are interested in being a sponsor. It's $100 to sponsor a hole, or $50 a player.
Okay.
And after the tournament, of course, beverages and then a buffet will be provided afterwards.
A buffet? Great. Golly. Well, this will be a big day. And the golf tournament kicks off at what time?
Starts at 1:30.
Okay. Folks need to arrive by 1.
Yes.
Okay, so they get a buffet, and there's also, they have some other contests going on?
Yeah, I know they're going to have, I think, closest to the hole and some other events that will be going on.
It's so exciting to think golf tournaments can make such a difference. It's incredible. Just yesterday, hearing Rhonda talk about the golf tournament they had for the JDRF for Walk to Cure Diabetes. $12,500 raised at a little golf tournament. It is a great number to hear about that for something that's put together in a couple of weeks that a couple of Nan and Bob Kogler had put incredible. And you find
for such a good cause for them.
To find a cure to diabetes, and just like the Red Cross on a daily basis, there's so many amazing groups. I'm so glad you made that point, Jennifer. So many amazing groups on the Strand. So many places for folks to either make donations or to volunteer their time. It's incredible to see the turnout for events on the Strand.
Right, and just the Red Cross, so much, just like all the other organizations, relies on volunteers. Again, to volunteer, to donate their time, to donate their money, to donate their blood for us, whatever they can do. So we all need to band together in this area and just support each other and do as much as we can to help our community.
Jennifer, what's been the most exciting aspect for you, having just joined the Red Cross a few months ago? What's been the most exciting aspect for you in this new position as Director of Public Support?
Being involved and seeing how we actually make a difference. To see the fire families, to actually be on the scene of course, of a devastating time when someone is losing, has a fire and then they lose everything. But to actually see our volunteers at work, to see the firefighters and the policemen and everyone there banding together and working together and helping those individuals, that family, and to see how we can help make a difference for them. Because whenever, someone has lost everything, then to be able to provide for them a voucher and say, here, you have this to go and buy some clothes with, to buy food, to help get started all over again. It's very rewarding.
That must be very powerful.
It is.
Can you think about something in your youth, Jennifer, that really inspired you to be in a position of public service, to get out in a community organization like the Red Cross, formerly with the American Heart Association? What was it in your youth? What prompted that? Did you have an inspiration early on? Someone in your childhood that said, Jennifer, this is a great opportunity for you.
Well, my mom definitely was my biggest supporter and hero, I guess, and has definitely encouraged me to be involved in the community and to do everything I can to give back. And I just feel that I've been so blessed so far. God has blessed me with a wonderful family and with health, perfect health, that it's my duty, I guess, to give back and to do whatever I can for those around me, for my community. And I've always been a people lover, That's, you know, I like people and working with people, so for me it's kind of just been a good fit. You know, it was just something that I didn't really think a lot about. I always wanted to do something to help others. So I'm definitely involved in other nonprofit organizations where I do whatever I can to give my time.
Working hard to give her time. It's that aspect. You see it on a daily basis. Folks who work for an organization like the American Red Cross not only work for that organization, but all their volunteer time, for the most part, is dedicated not only to the American Red Cross, but serving others in the community in whatever way possible. You can get out there tonight to the jazz concert and wine tasting at the M Bar at the Radisson. Events at 5:30. If you call the Red Cross office today, 477-0020, before 4:30, you can get the ticket for $20 to show up tonight. Even at $30, know every penny goes to the American Red Cross. Jenifer, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People coming up next. Tragedy can strike at any time. Fortunately, there's folks like Jenifer Sweat and all the volunteers of the American Red Cross who work so hard to make sure that something's ready. Someone's behind there. Someone's going to support you if tragedy strikes. Inspired by her mother and so many others in her life to give back. Give back tonight. Get out there to the M Bar or call the chapter office at 843-477-0020 to support the American Red Cross. We need your help.